Hi, hello. If you allow fear in any way, shape, or form to control your life, you're practicing a victim mentality. Let's talk about it. Hi, hello. My name is Bailey, and if you're having a good day, I'm so sorry because I'm about to ruin it. Maybe. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it, shall we? So, a few weeks ago, I noticed that fear was holding me back because of a very negative event that happened to me, and I realized that I could either let that fear control my entire life, or I could just move the fuck on and feel the fear and do it anyway. And one, that's a very difficult thing to do because fear is a very reality altering emotion. It really does make you think that the fear is the only thing that you can feel and that the fear is correct. I'm here to tell you once and for all that any fear you feel is not correct, especially if it's based in a past trauma. Like the world taught you that something was a certain way, and now you are believing it to be a certain way, like that you are not enough, or that if you try and be vulnerable, you will be hurt, or that spiders are scary, or something like that. Spiders are scary. They really, really are. But you can get over your fear. You can get over your arachnophobia. I swear, if I can, you can too. Fun fact, as a kid, I couldn't even say the word spider because I was so viciously afraid of them. And now, I'm chill with catching and releasing them. So, progress is possible. But I'm getting off track before I even talk about what I wanted to talk about. So, the event a few weeks ago that caused me a shit ton of fear. I got brake checked on the highway with a semi-truck behind me. Let's talk about it, shall we? I was on the highway, and my car doesn't really stop on a dime, if you know what I mean. And I keep a fair following distance because I know this about my car. Now I'm on the highway, I'm in the slow lane doing 60, there's a semi-truck behind me, he's keeping a fair distance, I'm keeping a fair distance from the car in front of me. And all of a sudden, this guy in front of me stops. And we're going 60 miles an hour on the highway. And of course, I'm far enough back that it's not a problem. So I come to a skirt behind him, semi-truck comes to a skirt behind me, but we're like, why is this guy stopping on the highway? And then I realized, is this guy trying to brake check me? So I'm there, and then we're speeding up. And then before I can increase my distance from this guy, he stops again. And I'm like, holy shit, I think this dude is trying to brake check me on the highway. And I'm freaking out because I'm like, okay, I don't know what this dude is doing. I need to get in the left lane. I need to get away from this guy. I don't know what he's trying to do. And realize there's no one in front of him. So there's no reason why he should be stopping on the highway. And I look over my shoulder to see if there's a car in my blind spot, and I turn on my blinker to get in the left lane so I can get around this guy. And I turn my shoulder, and then I turn back, and this guy is full stop on the highway. And so by the grace of God and by the seat of my fucking pants, I turn the wheel all the way to the left, and I get around this guy, narrowly escaping him. And the semi-truck comes to a skirting stop behind him. And if I had not pulled out and got in the left lane as immediately as I did, I would have been completely crushed by the semi-truck because the semi-truck comes to a skirting stop right before the bumper of the car that was in front of me. And I am sobbing as I'm driving down the highway trying to get to where I'm going. And when I get to my destination, I start hyperventilating, trying to understand what I have just gone through. And I realized that there's a lot worse things in the world than getting brake checked with a semi-truck behind you. And of course, I was fine. My car is fine. Everything is fine. But it scared it scared the shit out of me. So much so that now I'm afraid of driving. Because I'm so afraid of what others are going to do. I'm so afraid that I'm going to accidentally rear end someone. I'm so afraid that I'm going to get into an accident. I'm so afraid of highways. Because I went through a new situation, a new scary situation, a new situation that I never imagined I would encounter, it's now expanded the realm of what is scary. Because it's like, if you've never been out in open waters, you'll never know that the open waters are kind of scary. That it's kind of scary to have nothing underneath you. That it's kind of scary to know that there's no bottom to the ocean and that there could be 1,000,001 creatures out there. Unless you've been there, you don't have that fear in you. The same way that people who have gone through situations that have given them PTSD, and I'm not saying that this situation gave me PTSD by any means, giving a different example. People who have gone through PTSD, their mind has been expanded to the edges of fear. And because of that, their mind is now distorted because of the fear that they have. And all of the argument I'm going to talk about here and the life lesson I'm going to talk about here is not aimed at people with PTSD, because that's an actual thing you need to go to therapy for, get treatment for, and work out. So now every time when I get in the car to go drive, I am full of fear. I'm full of it. It's sitting in the passenger seat and I can't focus and my eyes go blurry and I get so viciously afraid and my heart rate spikes and I'm physically afraid of driving. All because of this one moment that couldn't have been more than 2 minutes long. But fear is not something to be fearful of. All fear is showing you what is important to you. In that moment in the car when I saw my entire life flash before my eyes and I was almost crushed by a semi-truck, it made me recognize that I care so much about my life that I don't want to lose it, that I am happy and working towards my goals, and I love so many people and I have so many friends and I have so much support. And it's like in that moment where all this fear entered me, it was purely because I cared so deeply about my life that I wished not to lose it. The same way that like you're scared to be vulnerable because you don't want your heart to be hurt again. The same way that you are scared of spiders and snakes and maybe even bees because you don't want to get stung again. You don't want the venom in you again. You don't want that moment where everything you care about is on the pedestal. You don't want everything that you love to be on the chopping block again. And fear just kind of points you towards what you care about. And I've been so afraid to drive. Like every time I get in a car, I'm always like, what's the closest place I can go to that has the items I need? Or do I actually need to go to this appointment? Or do I actually need to go to my doctor's appointment that I've been waiting for months? Simply because I don't want to get on the highway. And I sat with myself and I said, Bailey, you can feel the fear and do it anyway. There's nothing you can do about this fear. There's nothing in the world you can do about an event that is causing so much emotion within you. But what you can do is hold that near and dear to your heart, recognize that you are scared of losing your life, and move forward with that information. And fear shocks us back into reality because when we are fearful, it's just because we don't want to lose something. Fear is a taste of grief. Fear is the taste of something bad that could happen. Fear is the anticipation of something horrible. And we think this is going to help us. We think somehow that worrying about it, being scared of it, trying to control it somehow is going to change it. I never ever thought that I would be in a situation where I was going to lose my life by being rear-ended by a semi-truck while someone was brake checking me on the highway. That was never a possibility that even crossed my mind. I was never scared of that till that moment. And I was never scared of driving till after that. But now, because of homeostasis and fucking biology, my brain has recognized that a threat to my survival is being in a car because of one event that happened. And now it won't let me move past this because it's trying to keep me safe. All fear is a biological mechanism that is our brain telling us that that was scary. That almost cost us something important. Let's not do that again. Do it again. Move past the fear because your life is worth so much more than staying trapped behind a smoke screen that doesn't even exist. Fear is nothing more than just thoughts mulling around in your head trying to control something that will never be controllable. Fear is not a valid excuse. Fear is not something that should hold you back. Fear is a victim mentality. Fear is saying something bad happened before, it can happen again. Maybe it won't. We aren't predictors of the future. We aren't writers of our own destiny. All we can control is what we can control, and what is outside of our control, fuck it, you know? But what I'm trying to say, and the point I'm trying to get at, is no matter how much of your body is full up with fear, if you're full of more fear than you are oxygen, if you're full of more fear than you are water, then you need to let that shit go. Being scared to do something is not a valid excuse. I'm scared of swimming because I almost drowned one time. But the other day I bought swimming goggles because I want to get over that. And I want to swim. I'm scared of driving because I almost got killed on the highway. And I get in my car every day and I drive anyway. I'm afraid to be seen as a try-hard. I'm scared to show how hard I work because I've faced adversity for it before. And you know what? None of that is valid. None of that holds any power over me. I get to decide what I do with my actions, and if my head wants to get flooded with fear, if my body wants to get filled with adrenaline, if my if my heart rate wants to spike and make me all anxious and sweaty, so fucking be it. I will feel the fear and I will do it anyway. But what I won't do is say, yeah, this happened before and I'm going to let it control the rest of my life, all because of a stupid thing called fear. It's an emotion. It's like sadness or anger. It's like saying, I'm too sad to do this. I'm too angry to do this. I'm too upset to do this. Do not let fear hold power over you. It's the stupidest fucking excuse in the book. And I know that it's scary. And I know that it is difficult. And I know that it hurts. And I know that you will feel awful doing it. But I need you to feel that fear and do it anyway. I need you to do what feels scary to you. I need you to push yourself outside your comfort zone. Because you will live so scared your entire life. And you never could have recognized that there was a life after that. You're allowed to go through bad things, heal from them, let go of the fear, and move on. But what you're not allowed to do is sit there with that fear in the passenger seat and let it talk you into walking away from your dreams and walking away from the things that you want to do in this life, simply because one time you were scared.